Oh my God, it's Frankie Russo. Yep, it's Frankie. I know, I thought he was a janitor at the local boxing gym too.
I guess you're half right. What's up, girl? Oh no! I did it again! I messed up my coordinate system!
Hey guys, it's the Frankie Russo Show. And here's Frankie.
How you doing out there? How you doing? Welcome to RussoNation.tv, home of America's Team.today. And guess what? This is yours truly, Frankie Russo. Woo! Got a great show for you tonight. Great show. But before we move, man, special tribute shout out. A much heartfelt shout out to the people of France, man. Crazy stuff. Hours on the TV witnessing the terror in these people's faces. It reminded me, I hate to say it, but it reminded me of September 11th and what we went through over a decade ago. Crazy stuff. These people went through something earlier in the year, and now they're getting hit again. And the crazy thing about it is we're looking at something like they're supposed to be on high alert. So, special tribute shout out, a much heartfelt shout out to the people of France. Unbelievable. I'm telling you, people, we got to wake up. 800-848-9222. Social media, Twitter, Facebook. Send me a shout out, a message, or tell me what you're thinking live, and I'll shout it out live. You know what I'm saying? My live internet stream, please bear with me. My computer crashed again. I've been going through crazy stuff with my computer. I got it fixed. I thought I had it fixed. I worked on it all week. I got to go see the Geek Squad again on Monday, so please bear with me. But I got my archive, my Frankie Russo video YouTube channel. Tell your friends, everything is there for the last 40-something shows. I also got a new Frankie Russo initiative. Join America's Team and get a T-shirt. At 77 WABC's Let Me Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. Discounted membership fees with T-shirts. Discounted merchandise and events with interesting news and updates. Join America's Team with 77 WABC's Frankie Russo. And next week, I'm going to make a major announcement on America's Team. You got to stay with me. It's going to be big. Okay? Brooklyn Tea Party meeting next one, December 6th. Location to be announced. Frankie Russo prep show for this show. Unfortunately, because my computer crashed, I couldn't do anything about it. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try. What I was thinking about doing was after the show, around 2:35 a.m., I could do a pre-show in here, use the camera that I use over here as the audio recorder, and I could do it like that. So it's a possibility. I think I might do it. I'll let you know toward the end of the show. Craziness. So before we get to the calls, 800-848-9222. You got to pick up the phone and talk to the Love Me, Hate Me kid from Brooklyn, 77 WABC's Frankie Russo. I read into this article, you know. It's by David L. Buffalo, okay? And he wrote this. It's basically a paper. And this is what he says. And tell me if you think this is applicable to us. Now that the United States is the only superpower in the world, now that an enemy of the United States has launched an attack on the American homeland, this nation must once again evolve to face a new enemy. So what type of war is this? David Buffalo asks. Basically, what he's asking is it's a rhetorical question, and it's basically what they call asymmetrical warfare. The president, I'm going to tell you later who this president is. The president addressed this topic very eloquently to a West Point graduating class. This is another type of war, he said, new in its intensity, ancient in its origin. War by guerrillas, subversives, insurgents, assassins. War by ambush instead of by combat. War by infiltration. War of aggression, seeking victory by eroding and exhausting the enemy instead of engaging him. It preys on economic unrest and ethnic conflicts. It requires in those situations where we must counter it, and these are the kinds of challenges that will be before us in the next decade if freedom is to be saved. A whole new kind of strategy, a wholly different kind of force, and therefore a new and wholly different kind of military training. This statement, according to David L. Buffalo, seems to have hit the mark. But the speaker was President John F. Kennedy. He was addressing the class of West Point of 1962. Unbelievable. How many years ago was that? Unbelievable. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt. Ow! Join America's team with 77 WABC's Love Me, Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. And I'm going to kick to Felix in Pennsylvania. What's poppin', Felix? You there, Felix?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, my brother? Unbelievable.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm not on the road anymore tonight, so I'm on days right now.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here and I'm pounding down some Rebel Yell Kentucky bourbon whiskey. And Frankie, I am so fired up, I'm ready to go on a tirade. And I don't know which tirade to begin with.
Well,
H-1B visa.
That's
okay.
Why not?
Marco Rubio, he wants to triple the amount of those.
Unbelievable.
Ted Cruz wants to double the amount. And what they actually are doing is they're taking jobs, tech jobs from American workers and allowing foreigners educated here to take those jobs at a lower rate. Now, if you Google Donald Trump's view on this, he will actually say that he would want to put legislation through to make that illegal. Okay?
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I think DT is our next president, quite
frankly.
Yes,
he has to be. All right, now here's a quote. Now, I have to give credit now. You know, Meghan McCain, she does that radio show. Well, tonight there was another guy covering for her, and this guy was excellent. He was actually ex-military, and he knows the world pretty good. Here's a quote that his translation from the French national anthem. There's a phrase in there that says that we will water our fields with the blood of the impure, okay?
Wow.
We need to have that attitude, and hopefully, you know, they do the right thing with this prisoner that they caught. And you remember the King of Jordan when they burned his pilot in a cage? He said that he quoted Clint Eastwood and said he was going to go out there and he was going to kill their families.
Unbelievable.
That's the only way. I mean, what happened today is such an atrocity. Think about it, man. And then we have these whiners on our college campuses, you know, crying for a safe zone, you know, away from freedom, away from speech that makes them uncomfortable.
That's insane, bro.
Just imagine if they happened to be vacationing in France and were caught in that situation and said that to their captors.
You know what? You know something, bro? You raised a great point, because you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, like 9/11. They already have a blueprint, right? They already have a blueprint on how to get in here and to do something, right?
Yep.
The blueprint is already there. So what's really interesting is, what do you think if 9/11 would have happened, the most horrific event in our nation's history would have happened in California? What do you think those lefties out in California would have done? What do you think they would have done? What do you think?
I honestly don't know.
You know what they would have done? I'm telling you what I think they would have done.
What's that?
They would have called for the nuking of all the Middle East.
Yes.
Because quite frankly, like you're saying about, hey, everybody's entitled to an opinion, and I respect that, but come on, man, let's get real and honest. People could be liberal, people could be whatever, until it happens to them. And then we got a different story, no?
Well, and you know something, you're dealing with a totally different enemy, too, you know?
Right.
I mean, this enemy, like they say, you know, they're not taking hostages. If you're captured by these people, they plan on killing you.
It's crazy.
They're not going to negotiate for anything. They want to kill you and take their one-way ticket to heaven.
Absolutely. I feel it's like you said. We got open borders. We got sanctuary cities, right?
Yep.
We have officials elected and not elected, not enforcing immigration laws, right?
And these laws are all on the books.
And guess what? Let's just look at the Blind Sheikh's Mosque. 1990s to the early 2000s. 14 radical Islamists were either arrested to be in prison for 15 years, and there's one individual that was arrested and serving a dual lifetime sentence for either illegal money transmitting, money laundering, plotting to blow up buildings, or blowing up the World Trade Center, not once, but twice. I mean, we as Americans, we're not crazy. We should be concerned about our security. That's why I get crazy when I hear these politicians in these debates it's an act of love. Illegal immigration is an act of love as they go Allah Akbar and start blowing buildings up. No?
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, here's another one for you, okay? It is my hope that our future President Donald Trump will fully pardon, exonerate, and pay restitution to those servicemen and women and CIA operatives who were offered up as sacrifices to the liberal gods of political correctness, for alleged improprieties committed against prisoners at Guantanamo Bay and whatever else. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I don't know if you remember
Absolutely,
that a number of years
Felix.
ago.
Absolutely. God bless you, Felix. Thank you so much for the call.
Hey, have them put me on hold. I can't hear your show otherwise.
Call screener, put him on hold. Thank you.
Donald Trump, all right?
We're pumping the Trump today. Our next president.
Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump.
Woo!
Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Yo, Donald Trump, it is what it is. You can love him or hate him, but the game is all his. Critics say he's not presidential, but he's got the skills we all find essential. Cause man, our country's business is bruised and busted. Our currency's weak, these dudes can't be trusted. Our allies are mad, enemies locked and loaded. Don't be misinformed when it's your time for voting. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump.
Welcome to the boardroom.
800-848-9222. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Love Me, Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo, and I'm going to Petey in Great Neck. What's poppin', Petey? You there, Petey?
How are you? Great show, like always.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. What's going on,
Frankie,
kid?
how are you? I guess, my prayers go out to the people in France and in Europe because what they did to their country by letting all these crazy people in, their immigration policy is a disaster.
Just like ours, a total disaster.
I'm sorry. They destroyed their economy right now. If you think about it,
right.
I guess, what's this going to cost them? 20 of these terrorists maybe shut down the whole city of France? Think about it, Frankie.
It's unbelievable.
20 of them.
Crazy.
And not only that, I guess gun control, how's the gun control going? I guess that didn't work either, right?
Absolutely.
They want to do to us here, right? They want to take away everyone's guns so the military could, we could be slaves to terrorism the rest of our lives, But you know what, Frankie? What scares me the most now is this next election. The people, the Democrats, they don't wake up. Okay, let's say I'm a Republican. I'm awoken. I'll throw out every damn Republican that doesn't listen about the borders. Let's close down the border. Let's shut down immigration, legal immigration. Let's investigate our visa program. People come in here with visas and they disappear. I mean, come on, enough's enough. All of these people, are they sleeping in this country? Do we want that to happen to us next? What happened to France? Just 20 of them shut down. They could shut down the whole New York
It's crazy.
City. 20 terrorists.
Peter, you're 100% right, and we talked about this every week. Like you mentioned the visa, right? Abu Alima, right? Abu Alima was convicted as being a major perpetrator on the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, and he did exactly what you said. He came in from Germany. His visa expired, but guess what? They had amnesty for immigrant farmers. They fraudulently came up with this information that he was a farmer. He ended up being a chauffeur, and he ended up being a bomber in the World Trade Center in 1993. So they already have this blueprint already. There's a blueprint already in place.
It gets me sick. The founding fathers knew all of this. And you know what? I don't care what anyone says. People, don't let them take away your Second Amendment rights, because once that happens, listen, Frankie, I don't trust our own politicians. Who are they working for? Who are they working for? Seriously.
You're right. That's why we got to go with Trump.
On both parties. Both presidents' parties.
Peter, you're 100% right, brother. Thank you for the call, man.
Thank you.
God bless you. 800-848-9222. Pete's right. Peter from Great Net is right. How could you trust these guys? Forget even, Ben Carson mentioned about vetting everybody. Everybody should be vetted. We have to vet these people. If you don't agree with me on the three freshman senators and on these other like this other guy that's crying about illegal immigration, it's an act of love. Meanwhile, they're blowing up buildings in the name of Allah Akbar. Right or wrong? We have to vet these people. They are, conceivably, they have classified, it's like the CIA director. They are classified. They have access to classified documents. And to think, with all this going on, Hillary Clinton wants to run for president, man. It's amazing to me. 800-848-9222. It's just absolutely amazing. I'm going to kick to Paulie in Ozone Park. What's poppin', Paulie?
Hey, Mr. Russo, it's a pleasure to talk to you. It's
Thank you, my brother.
It's sad situation what happened in Paris. But you know what? This has already been known for years that this is going to happen. This is going on for years. They know these guys are like cockroaches. They're going to come out with guns. I mean, these guys cross the border back and forth. I mean, all these people, they didn't get the AK-47s from walking over the border. They already put them in there. So that's why we need the Second Amendment. You tell me we got too many guns for people? Well, tell me how many guns that are criminals, how many terrorists have already hidden somewhere.
Hey, my brother Paulie, great point. Quite frankly, we have to, I'm pro Second Amendment. People have the right to bear arms as long as they get them legally. We have to protect ourselves, obviously based on September 11th, 2001, based on the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, absolutely. And you know what's quite interesting and something to think about? And I talk about this in my pre-show, the Iranian Global Terror Network. And, it's something that's real, and I believe it's, everybody talks about ISIS, and it's questions who ISIS really is, and I talk about it every week on my show. And then you got these other organizations like Council of American Islamic Relations, Islamic Society of North America, North American Islamic Trust, Alevi Foundation, and Assa Corporation and Bank Melli of Iran. These are, Bank Melli and Iran and Assa Corporation are terrorist entities deemed by the United States Treasury Department. But these other entities, CARE, ISNA, NAIT, Alevi Foundation, were all part of a money laundering scheme either with the Holy Land Foundation trial or the 650 Fifth Avenue building, and they have yet to be sanctioned by the United States Treasury Department. So these organizations are running freely, Muslim Brotherhood organizations, deemed by court papers and a judge's decision, freely running through our jurisdiction. So they already got the in to with Muslim Brotherhood and, sending money and all this support. And it's off the hook. I don't know why these organizations have not been deemed by the United States Treasury Department as terrorist entities.
Well, Frankie, I think it's time for people going to be waking up and saying, let's question these people, because I'm telling you right now, those low-life, cowardly, evil, blind people shot those people in that concert. They popped
It's
them.
Unbelievable.
They popped them. They executed them. And if people don't wake up, your kids, your grandkids will be doing the same things. These guys will be doing the same thing to your kids and grandkids. And you know what I'd say? Next time, bring them into a heavy metal band, because you know what? You don't know what these guys in the mosh pit could do. We can make them into pinheads. You get one leather jacket with all those big spikes on there? Forget it. Those are cowards. They could go to Allah and hell where he belongs. All these low-life monsters that can't believe in any other person or any other religion. They belong to the devil, these guys.
Paulie.
But listen, Frankie, take care, my friend.
God bless you. Thank you for the call. 800-848-9222. Yo, this is stuff that we got to look at. This CARE, Eisner, NAIT, and a Levy Foundation all were part of a money laundering scheme, court papers and a judge's decision, money laundering scheme for terror, and they have yet to be sanctioned. And what's other interesting note, and then we'll take some more calls, individuals, because what happened was, in the beginning of the 90s, in 2000, they were using this illegal money transmitting and this money laundering to get in. They were getting around the according to Andrew McCarthy, prosecutor, it's egregious errors by the immigration authorities to allow the blind sheik to get in here and others. Ramzi Youssef, Abu Alima, Mohammed Zalman, Mohammed Al-Nouni, Musa Abu Mazouk, all these perpetrators on the 9/11 attacks, on the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. And quite frankly, so we got these organizations that were part of it, CARE, Eisner, NAIT, and a Levy Foundation, and they've yet to be deemed terrorist entities. Now, Kelly Moore with the Kelly Moore article, she wrote an article with the Lewis and Clark Law Review Journal article about the pre-FBI surveillance and post-FBI surveillance. And she talks about how they were utilizing the illegal money transmitting and also money laundering. And then what happened was the FBI got onto it, and then these radical Islamists started to utilize the diplomats. So, for example, Mohammed Zarif, according to the Weekly Standard, is in knee-deep with the Levy Foundation, 650 Fifth Avenue. He evaded prosecution. I don't know why. And he's the main guy with the Iranian nuke deal. So we got Mohammed Zarif, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Iran, overseeing this big foundation of the weapons of mass destruction, and you have the Obama administration saying, well, hey, listen, these are the secular leaders. They don't believe in what the Iranian mullahs believe, with the Ayatollah and debt to America. You believe that? Come on. We got Obama sitting on ABC telling us that he's got ISIS contained as they're whacking, doing the whacking in France. So this is crazy. When are we going to take control of this? That's why we got to go with Donald Trump. We got to forget these politicians, forget these recorded politicians regurgitating all the stuff they've been programmed to say, and we need someone that's going to roll up their sleeves and be an administrator and at least close the borders. Get better homeland security for the American citizens. 800.
Welcome to the boardroom.
848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. I'm going to go to Rick in Yonkers. What's popping, Rick?
Hello, Frank.
What's up, Rick?
It's a sad day, man.
Unbelievable.
You know what, Frank? We are not paying attention anywhere in the world. I mean, Russian plane gets knocked out of the sky, and then Lebanon gets attacked yesterday, and today what happened? I mean, we're not following up. You agree with me, Frank?
Absolutely. ISIS, we got ISIS contained.
Hey, you know what they said on news tonight? Let's not have hate crimes tomorrow. Let's not have hate crimes.
That's unbelievable.
Come on, stop it.
It's unbelievable.
Stop it. Frank, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
If we keep going this way, we're going to lose everything.
Hey, listen.
Before you know it, we'll be in the street being shot in the head.
This is asymmetrical warfare. That's what this is. We are the supreme power, and they're using all these other tactics.
I don't think we are anymore, Frank.
Unfortunately, there is some evidence. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, even Obama said the terrorists. He didn't say Islamic terrorists. He said terrorists.
These are Islamic terrorists. Absolutely.
He didn't say Islamic.
Well,
I mean,
he's a Muslim from Indonesia.
I mean, Frank, it's getting ridiculous.
It is
out
getting
there.
ridiculous. It is.
I mean, it really is. It's sickening me. It's making me point, they're protecting New York, okay? But then you got Hastings up the block from me. They could take that whole town over and kill everybody.
Who's this? What are you saying now?
No. You know how they protect New York, and they're all over there. They got the cops and the Hercules group or whatever they're called.
Okay.
But meanwhile, Hastings, a little town, they can go in that little town and blow it up.
Who?
ISIS.
It's crazy.
Frank,
crazy.
I don't think you're listening.
No, I'm trying to follow you because I want to make sure that it's clear what you're saying. That's all.
No, but I told my wife that today. I said, Well, everybody's protecting New York. They got cops all over the place.
Well, it's Rick. What? It's very difficult because what's happening is, as you know, we have the mayor and the city council acquiescing to these IDs, which is a big problem. The FBI.
The whole world's a problem, Frank.
Yeah, but we have to focus on our own homeland security, and it's a big issue.
With you. I agree.
It's a big issue. Look what they're doing. They're giving out municipal IDs to undocumented people.
Exactly. Frank, they let 11 million people in this country recently. 11 million.
Right.
That's what they say, 11 million. But who is to say they're not terrorists?
You're right.
They're just walking in the country.
That's right. And they're giving them IDs. In California, they give them licenses. They got sanctuary cities on the West.
You know what I heard, too? Some woman in Istanbul, I think it was Istanbul, one of them countries, she's giving out visas to people that don't belong here, and they come here, and they're here now.
Hey, listen.
Thousands and thousands of people. I heard this on radio. I'm
quite frankly, it's very possible. But the truth be told, there is some evidence. Even though I've been online, I'm looking for some evidence about terrorist groups crossing the southern border, and all the politicians get up and they're saying there is no evidence. And then you do a little search.
They're not paying attention to it, Frank.
Well, you're right. And if you do a little search, you find out in 2011, we talk about it every week, the Quds Force was on the southern border
what happened?
With an Iranian American, and they gave this drug cartel $100,000 to cross the border to go in D.C. and whack the sitting Saudi Arabia ambassador to the United States.
Yeah, but Frank, think about it, though. Think about it. Think about this. They're letting 11 million people in the country.
Right.
Not paying attention to it.
Right.
Obama says, we got to give them citizenship. We must make them citizens of our country because they want to be Americans. That's all we hear.
You're
Frank,
right.
I'm not even drunk tonight. I'm not drinking my beer. I'm being serious.
You're 100% right. I'm trying to keep it serious. At the same time, too, we got to have a few laughs, too.
You know what Mike Savage said?
Great guy. What did he say?
We let these guys in our country, they turn their hats backward, and they're part of our society. It's wonderful. How wonderful that is. They turn their hats backwards, and they play rap music, and they're wonderful. They're part of our society.
Who are we talking about now?
Mike Savage. He said that today.
About who?
About the Muslims. They come in here, they put their hats on backwards.
So what you're saying is they try to infiltrate into the culture to assimilate, to come off one way, and they're really another way.
Exactly, Frank.
I'm just trying to qualify what you're saying. I don't want people to misinterpret what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not misinterpreting it. Trust me. Frank, I'm scared a little bit. I'm 65.
You have a right to be.
Now.
They already have a blueprint, bro.
I wish I was 20 years old, Frank.
Yeah.
I wish I was.
20 years old was nice.
20-year-old was beautiful.
It was nice. You wake up in the morning. You're
strong as an ox. You can kick ass.
You're saluting.
Frank, I swear to God, it's got nothing to do with drink tonight. It's
really?
Adrenaline flowing.
Sounds good to me, my brother.
I love America.
God bless America. The greatest country in the world.
Trump should be president.
Who do you like for president?
Trump.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know why? Because he's real.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's pump the Trump.
Welcome to the boardroom.
800-848. Let's pump in the Trump.
Frank. At least let me know that.
We are. Right now, I told you.
Frank, I like you a lot, man. But please, stick with the point, man.
What's the point?
The point is we're going to get killed if we don't pay attention to the stupid world we're living in. We live in such a liberal world. It's disgusting.
It is.
Liberals is disgusting people.
People are liberal until it happens to them, right?
Liberals are ruining the whole world.
Until it happens to them, people are liberals. Believe me, that's the problem here.
Liberalism is a disgusting creature. I just like a creature.
Can we pump the Trump for a minute?
Frank.
Wake up!
Well,
wake up, you liberals!
Where's Mike Savage? Put him on.
Wake up!
I don't hear Mark Levin. I want to hear Mike
liberals.
Savage.
Hey, these are great broadcasters. These are great broadcasters.
But you're a great broadcaster too, Frank.
Well, they've been doing this a lot longer than Frankie Russo. But thank you for the compliment.
You're a great broadcaster too.
Thank you for the compliment, my brother.
You're just like Mike Savage.
God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. That's a great compliment. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Love Me, Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. I'm going to kick to Scott in Pennsylvania. What's poppin', Scott?
Hi, Frankie Russo.
How you doing, my friend?
How are you? 2 questions for you.
You're the Penn State guy, right?
Yes, I am. Number one, did you get my Facebook post a couple weeks ago?
Yes, I did. I'm in a process because I'm sorry that I'm been a little slow with the posts. I have a lot. I'm getting a lot of posts, and it's hard for me right now. I'm like a, it's a hard process. But I'm going to get it out for you. I promise you this week.
Do you repost it, or do all your fans get a chance to see it and stuff?
I'm gonna repost it very soon.
Okay. And number 2, Frankie, what do you think of Obama JV team now, man? That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous, Scott. Ridiculous, my brother. Ridiculous. And quite frankly, he did say in Cairo that it's his job, his duty as the President of the United States to defend and protect the negative stereotypes of Islam. So that's what he does. Whenever there's a negative stereotype, he defends them. So quite frankly, I believe he's a Muslim from Indonesia, Barry Soetoro, statistically significant fraudulent selective service card, and that's the truth be told.
And I'm not getting WABC on iHeart tonight. It's not coming through for some reason.
Really?
Yes, I don't know if it's your end or it might be iHeart's problem. I don't know.
I don't know. How are you listening to us right now?
I listen to you on the phone because I can't. I called in right away so I can get it on the phone.
Wow, interesting.
So you might want to tell you. It's probably an iHeart problem. I'm sure it's probably not. Anything happening.
Well, Scott, I appreciate the information. I had a problem with my laptop today. I worked on it all week. And I was doing my live stream, and it just all got all crazed up,
Yeah, I guess. And I'm going to try to tune in your pre-show one of these days. I just go WABC.
It's archived. You could check out my pre-show on the on my
Facebook page,
on my YouTube channel, Frankie Russo Video.
Okay. Frankie Russo what?
Video.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah, I'm archived up to 89. This is my 90th show. I'm archived up to 89.
Wow, okay. Hey, Frankie, is this your job, or do you have other? Or are you actually a janitor at a gym?
It's one of my gigs. I'm trying to go full throttle with it. As you know, it's a lot of work, and I'm trying to get I'm trying to get some more sponsors and go full throttle with this right now. So that's my goal anyway.
But you're not really a janitor at a gym, are you, Frankie?
maybe not.
Those girls, man, that's really cool,
Right, it's nice. You like it? Thank you.
I like it, yeah, it's real cool.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you for the call, man.
Okay, Frankie, and let me know why don't you email me, let me know when you post that stuff on your page. Okay?
Absolutely. I promise you, I should be able to get to it this week.
Okay, Frankie, take care.
Thank you, my brother. 800-848-9222. I'm under 20. This show's gone already. Wow. We're going to go Frankie in Westchester. What's poppin', Frank? You there, Frank?
I'm here, Frankie. How you doing?
Good, my brother. How you doing?
Good, very good. You know what they say? They say, fool me once, shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
Fool me twice, shame on me.
I know.
This is fool me twice, and we better wake up. Do you remember a few months ago when they used to parade ISIS around, and they used to have all these major networks take pictures of them 9 wide parading around and say, this is a new enemy, but we don't know what to do?
I don't know, man. I just think ISIS is and I think, statistically significant ISIS is a creation of Iran, I believe. And America just acquiesces. America just acquiesces to Iran. I'm telling you, I have a model which simplifies the complicated aspects of this global terror network of Iran, and I believe it's statistically significant that it's conceivable that the ISIS, which is Al Qaeda in Iraq, is a creation of Iran, and America is just acquiescing right now to Obama's been acquiescing to Iran before he even got into power. So
yeah, but how long will it take before Obama wakes up?
Well, I think Obama, honestly, he's not an American. He's a Muslim from Indonesia, statistically significant, fraudulent selected service card, Sheriff Joe and the Cold Posse. Nobody wants to talk about it. So we have a foreign national in the White House. He's a usurper.
True words were never spoken. And Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Get in there, and you know what? Jeb Bush has a problem. He can't wrap his arms around sending 11 million aliens back.
Could you imagine that? After all the stuff that this nation...
Donald Trump ought to tell him, not only that, I can send 11 million and one back and include you.
You're fired.
I have no mercy for him.
It's terrible. I mean, thousands of Americans have been killed for the last 10 years, and we have to be, I'm a humanitarian. I love people. But what about the American citizens? What about the sovereignty of this nation? No?
Absolutely.
So how's your son doing? I heard he's got his second internship, huh?
God, he's got a second internship at Google. They're paying him $1,450 a week.
Unbelievable.
And all I hear is this crap on the radio about minimum wage and people who want to make $15 an hour.
At this point, people don't get the economic issue because I believe our economy is very tenuous. And, I know I say it a lot.
You know what the biggest problem is? They never say what the root of this evil is, and that is these kids don't get education.
That's a great point, Frank. You said a mouthful. The public school system has failed, a $25 billion enterprise in New York City. You're 100% right.
If they're not worth $15 an hour, they won't make $15 an hour.
My brother, great point. Frank, thank you for the call.
Frank, hey, great show, guy.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on your son's endeavors.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Frank.
God bless you, Frankie. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. I got this one chick. I want to get this chick. We got no ladies. I want Mary Ann from Long Island. What's poppin', Mary Ann?
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
You there, Mary Ann?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Frank.
Okay. Mary Ann, Frankie Russo, 77 WABC's Love Me, Hate Me kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. You there, Mary Ann? Mary Ann, you there? Well,
Frankie.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Could you turn off your set because I can't?
Did.
Okay, good. How's it going, Mary Ann?
I'm hanging in there. How about you?
Good. It's a crazy night. We got all this unbelievable stuff.
Yeah. Did you hear Kallstrom tonight by any chance?
Who's this?
Kallstrom. He was the director of the FBI.
Yeah, I caught the end of that. That guy was amazing. Tell us what he said.
Well, he's telling the truth that he's afraid for his kids. He's afraid for himself. These savages.
He's right.
Obama's not waking up.
People got to understand.
He doesn't want to wake up.
Obama, I believe, is I think his allegiance is into other things. I was listening to the Fox News last weekend, and Pat Cadell said, I almost fell off my chair. He said, Obama hates Israel. He's in love with Muslim Brotherhood. And
without a doubt, he said it.
And Fox News couldn't believe what he said. Pat Cadell, a Democrat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Obama said a long time ago, if the winds change and it gets ugly, he's going to side with the Muslims.
Let me give you what's really interesting. It's funny you said this because, you remember the 5 Marines that unfortunately got killed in Chattanooga, Tennessee? According to Paul Sperry from the I forgot the institute, he wrote this article called Blind Faith, and he talks about this. I mentioned earlier the North American Islamic Trust. The North American Islamic Trust basically they fund all of these mosques, and it's been pretty evidence that these mosques are breeding grounds for terror. It's pretty statistically significant. People want to be politically correct. People want to follow the First Amendment.
It's too late for that.
So the reason why I'm bringing the National Islamic Trust up is because they were deemed unindicted co-conspirators on the Holy Land Foundation trial, which is the biggest money laundering scheme for terror in this nation's history, and they're still allowed to exist within the jurisdiction of the United States, though they've been deemed by court papers in the judge's decision to be unindicted co-conspirators. So, Eric Holder dropped the charges, and he enabled these organizations to go scot-free. Muslim Brotherhood, FBI surveillance, Title III surveillance. They had all the goods on these organizations. There were some indictments in 2008. It went before the Holder and the Obama Justice Department, and they dropped the charge on the Holy Land Foundation trial. It's things like this that we are allowing to happen.
Frightening.
And people have a right to be concerned. They already bombed us twice.
People keep saying, you know, we need to wake up. There's a lot of people awake, but they don't know what to do.
Yeah, well, you know, and it's when, and like you said, when that former FBI
Kallstrom,
when he goes on and he says the statements that he said, that's something to take note.
Oh yeah, and everyone, you know, what happened in Paris is shocking, but these savages, they're murdering, raping, beheading. I mean, what more is it going to take?
Yeah, I mean, no, And this whole idea with ISIS, and they use ISIS and ISIL, because quite frankly, and you know, I have my pre-show, and unfortunately I wasn't able to do it tonight because I had my computer collapsed, it crashed. But like, I have this Iranian global terror network, which is, you know, I believe is statistically significant, and you know, it's like the U.S.
Everything's significant now, Frankie. Everything's significant,
right?
I mean, the writing's on the wall,
and it's all, you know, quite frankly. You know, years later, it's going to come out that Iran, in some way or another, materially supported this attack. I'm telling you.
Oh, I think Obama's supporting it.
Well, he is.
He is in these Toyota trucks, and they're infiltrated everywhere. Obama's putting them in his cabinet. The kids in school are learning about Allah.
Yeah, and also too, I believe he's a stealth jihadist. Quite frankly, and. That's why.
How he's getting away with it. Where's our congressmen, our senators?
You're right. I mean,
representatives.
Marianne, thank you for the call.
Okay, honey. Good talking to you, Frankie.
God bless you. 800-848-9222. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Love Me, Hate Me kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. Can we pump the Trump for a second? He's our next president. I'm telling you. When this economy takes a hit, who are they going to turn to? Donald Trump.
Welcome to the boardroom.
He's the guy.
Hey, pump the Trump, pump the Trump, pump the Trump. Pump the Trump, pump the Trump, pump the Trump.
Okay, why don't we...
Donald Trump, it is what it is.
Why don't we put the... Yeah, I love that. Why don't we do that? Here we go. The debut of the Donald Trump commercial. His first commercial in New York City. This was given to me by Ernie J. from Brooklyn.
I'm Donald Trump, and I'm running for president. Our country is in deep trouble because, let's face it, politicians are all talk, no action. My opponents have no experience in creating jobs or making deals. The fact is, I'm going to make the greatest trade deals we've ever made in our country, and I'm going to bring jobs and money back to the United States. I'll take care of our veterans and make our military so strong that nobody will mess with us. I'll secure our borders, and yes, we will have a wall. You can't have a country without borders. And I'll make sure that the Second Amendment and our religious liberties are protected. Obamacare is a total disaster. It will be repealed and replaced with something much better. If the people vote for me, you'll never be disappointed. I don't disappoint people. I produce. Together, we're going to make America great again. I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Woo! Donald Trump, baby, the next president of the United States. I'm going to kick to Zito in the Bronx. What's Papa Zito? I'm under 10 right now, Zito.
There's 11 million illegal aliens on the 4 train. People got to stop that nonsense. There's easily, folks, 50 million illegal aliens in this country, all right? And I'm surprised that nobody ever really recruited Ben Carson for, to star in like a Goodfellas movie with that. The hammer, was it a ball-peen hammer or a claw hammer?
Hey, listen, I don't want to, I like Ben Carson. I don't know the whole deal on this. I think he's getting lambasted by the press. I think he's a genius, but I don't think he's presidential timber. We need somebody like Donald Trump to roll up his sleeves and let's make this thing happen. I'm sick of all these politicians. Some are born in Canada, they're natural born. They have these recordings. Rubio, Jeb Bush is about to cry over legal immigration, and meanwhile we're facing all these radical Islamists, quite frankly, coming out of the bushes. This is crazy stuff, bro.
Right. Now, you know something that happened in France? Let's face it, Europe has invited this mess into Europe over the last 30 years. Europe has been overrun. It's been flooded with third worlders from the Middle East. And you know, when you look at ISIS, when you see a video of them, they have brand new cars, brand new trucks. They're pumping oil out of the Middle East. Come on, they're supposed to be a ragtag army. So we have to look a little closer to this and a little deeper at what's going on. But basically what they're looking to do is to overrun Europe and the United States, and they're doing it right now. More people, Frank, are more concerned about the football game, and if they can bet on their football game, that they're taking it away. You know, the nonsense that's going on with I don't want to name those games that they're playing. But
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But that's what they're more concerned about.
Unfortunately.
Remember, the true believers always win. I could tell you that 15 years ago, I was one of Pat Buchanan's biggest supporters, right, folks? I was banned from talk radio. I laugh when I hear these guys on talk radio, these hosts now, talk about legal aliens. They banned me when I used to bring that up. I was telling them, folks, you got to get it now, because when it gets out of control, you will not be able to control. Remember that old tale, Gulliver's Travels, when he gets pinned down, he can't get up, the big giant? That's going to happen to America, folks, unless people get up and really demand what's going to go on. You don't hear anybody talking about what has to be done inside this country. They all talk nonsense. The presidential election is nonsense. What they talk about, hammers and talking about that's BS, folks. You got to look
crazy,
at it.
Bro.
The ISIS people and Al Qaeda, these animals are true believers. They have no rules. You know what their rules are? They have no rules.
Quasi-socialism with a god, right?
They're insane people. They
Absolutely.
But you look at the leaders of Europe. They're like little puppies.
Absolutely.
That's what they are. They're nothing.
Zito.
They invited this mess inside here. I'm telling you, I saw what happened 15 years ago to Buchanan. They savaged him. Pat was.
Well, you could call the show anytime. I'm on the air. How's about that, Zito?
Let me just tell you something. When Pat brought up illegal immigration, he went from being good old Pat to being savaged by these people, by the establishment. People calling him all kinds of names to destroy you. If you bring up immigration, legal and illegal, they will destroy you, the establishment. They couldn't care less what goes on.
Zito, thank you for the call, my brother.
Look at those puppy-eyed friends.
I got to move. I got 5 minutes. I'd love to talk to you more. I got to move. Thank you so much for the call. 800-848-9222. I got 5 minutes left. I'm going to try to get as many other people on the air. Stay on the air, and I'll talk to you when I get off the air. I'm going to go to Jim in West Town. I got 5. What's up, Jim? What's popping?
Yes, Frankie, how you doing?
Good, my brother. How are you?
Listen, we need to organize. This is what we do. We hear a lot of people, we don't know what to do. Well, this is what you do. You go to D.C. with multi-million-man march, and I'm talking within the next 2 weeks. You need to help me organize this thing.
A multi-man march?
All right?
That's a lot of work, bro.
Multi-million-man march on D.C. to impeach and arrest a Muslim in the White House. That's what you do.
That's a beautiful thing. I wish that would happen. That would be the beginning of changing.
Before I lose my thought.
Go ahead.
Iran is terrible, all right? Let's face it. But it's not Iran. It's Saudi Arabia.
No, it's not, my brother.
Obama, who are supplying ISIS. It's Saudi Arabia and Obama.
I'm not saying okay.
Syria.
Okay, my brother.
Destabilize.
Okay, my brother. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not Saudi Arabia, but let's be real and honest. The Saudi Arabians, the wealthy Persians, they're independent. They do what they want. You know, quite frankly.
They're Sunni.
You're right. You're right. You're right. But understand something.
The CIA director is a Sunni Muslim.
You're right. You're right. Jim Brennan. You're right.
The CIA is a Sunni Muslim. Brennan.
You're right, Brennan. You're right. But the truth be told, my brother.
That's it all right there. The Sunnis.
Jim, let's talk about this for a second, okay? The 1996 Crowbar Towers, the U.S. embassies in Kenya, the African embassies that were bombed, U.S. coal, district courts, with a judge's decision, ruled that Iran materially supported all of those terrorist attacks.
They're all like that. They're all.
But Iran, do you understand that Iran has?
What's happening with ISIS?
That's Iran. ISIS conceivably is Iran.
Raping little kids. ISIS has to be taken down. Where do you think they got all them trucks?
You see, you understand,
heavily. They're supplied by Obama to overthrow Syria.
Jim, understand something. The Sunni-Shia divide outside of the Iranian global terror network exists. Once the Iranian global terror, inside the Iranian global terror network, there is no divide. There is none. They have an Al-Qaeda connection. They have a Hezbollah connection. They have a Hamas connection. They have an Afghan Taliban connection.
That's funding them right now. I'm talking about right now what's happening, the raping and killing, the influx into Europe. Let me tell you, 10,000 Muslims arrived in New Orleans today. I don't know if the audience knows that. He's bringing 850,000.
It's crazy.
We have to organize a rally in D.C. and raise holy hell.
Okay, my brother.
Wake up. How you do it. You don't just talk. You got to get off your ass to get to D.C. and lose a few football games.
Wake up. Okay, my brother. Thank you for the call. I'm under 2.
All right, take care, Frankie. Good
Thank
luck.
you so much. 800-848-9222. I'm going to kick to Curtis in North Carolina. What's up, Curtis?
What's up?
I'm under 2, brother.
You what now?
I'm under 2 minutes, so you got to move fast.
All right. Look, frankly, we've been laying the groundwork for these attacks by basically not recognizing liberalism for what it is. Okay, you know what Ronald Reagan's biggest mistake was?
What was Ronald Reagan's biggest mistake?
His biggest mistake was not even amnesty. His biggest mistake was Bush. Okay, our problem here is we're not seeing Democrats infesting our party as a bunch of stinking. We're believing registration over reality. We're believing registration over behavior. How many times have we told our kids actions speak louder than words?
Well, I mean, quite frankly, Curtis, I appreciate what you're saying, but I don't know if this is a party issue. This is, quite frankly, a leadership issue. Both parties. Quite frankly, Curtis, in all due respect, I'm a registered Republican. All these leaders, both Democrat and Republican. I'm not saying all Republicans, but over 75% of them are fraudulent leaders. Let's be real and honest. Did you see that debate? You saw that debate, right? Jeb Bush gets up and I thought he was going to start to cry about illegal immigration and the deportation force. I mean, They have a blueprint already. They have a blueprint already on how to infiltrate this nation and blow up buildings. It's already in place. No? Hey, Curtis, thank you for the call. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt. Go to americasteam.today or russonation.tv. You can't keep up with this. You can't. No way. I'll see you in the future.